Charter Hall is one of Australia's largest fully integrated property groups. We have over $20 billion of capital under management, and we have 26 years of history of generating outperformance for our investors. The types of assets that we invest into cut across the property spheres of industrial, office, retail and hotels. Our success has been driven from a large team of highly motivated and successful property professionals. At Charter Hall, we manage other people's capital as if it's our own. In fact, in almost all cases, Charter Hall Group will have money invested in our funds, or senior management or the board of directors will be invested. That creates a good sense of alignment and focused on the right outcomes. The investment objective of the Charter Hall Direct Industrial Fund number 4 is to provide stable and sustainable income as well as capital growth over the medium term. We'll do this by investing into high quality industrial properties with a focus on those located near key infrastructure and well located industrial assets. The fund's investment strategy is to invest into industrial properties located in core Australian industrial markets for the medium to long term. We'll look at building and growing the already diversified portfolio, and we'll access opportunities through our co-investments with other Charter Hall funds, our partnerships and our relationships with people in the market, as well as acquiring assets on market. The fund will also continue to look at asset maximisation, so actively managing assets so that leases are extended, capital works are undertaken, as well as looking at the right time to sell an asset to maximise value for our investors. When considering an acquisition for the Industrial Fund number 4, we focus on A-grade industrial properties, and we also consider how long the lease term is of that property and how it fits within the portfolio. Additionally, there are other clear criteria that we look at, such as the location, is it near infrastructure, the quality of the improvements of the property, and the quality of the underlying tenant when we're looking to make that investment decision. Diversification for a fund is important to investors. When we're looking at the Industrial Fund number 4, we look at geographic locations, and the fund either directly or indirectly has assets throughout Australia, in Queensland, New South Wales, Victoria, South Australia and WA. The fund is already diversified by number of properties and number of tenants. However, we'll continue to look to acquire quality properties for the long term if we believe they'll deliver superior returns to our investor base. At Charter Hall, we believe in having conservative debt policies in place. This translates through to the Direct Industrial number 4, which has a gearing range of 30 to 45%. We feel that's the appropriate range to maximise return for investors, but without taking on too much risk, and allows management to have some flexibility to increase or decrease the gearing throughout different investment cycles. At the liquidity event, it means investors get a choice on what they would like to do. So at Charter Hall, what we do is we write to investors and they simply need to tell us, do they wish to redeem their holding? Would they like to roll their investment for another 5 years? Or would they like to do a partial redemption, so something in between? The important thing is it provides liquidity certainty for our investors, and liquidity is delivered at their election. When providing that liquidity for investors, there are a number of things that we consider at Charter Hall. The first is whether we should sell an asset to make that capital available. The second is, should we raise new capital to allow people to exit? And the third is, where are we at in the gearing range? And we will draw down debt, provided that the fund stays within its gearing range as outlined in the PDS. Or obviously, we can do a combination of all three. When looking at capital growth from an unlisted property fund, that's primarily generated from the assets you select in the first place. And as well at Charter Hall, what we do is we do capital management, active leasing, and strategic asset reviews, which also contribute to that capital return over the term of the investment. Additionally, all our properties are independently valued on a 12-month basis from a high-quality external firm. We report our returns generated to investors on a quarterly basis through our website and through our quarterly report that's sent to all investors. The fund is the 4th fund in a highly rated and very successful industrial fund series that we launched at Charter Hall. These funds have been available to high net wealth, direct investors and self-managed super funds, and it provides institutional grade industrial property that isn't usually available to this market. Part of that success we've been able to deliver to our investors is because of the income strategy which we follow. That is long-term leases to high quality tenants And that in part has been a feature of the fund and why the Direct Industrial Fund is also highly rated by external research houses.